All right, as promised, let's bring you the updates then from the different provinces on the finance budgets that were tabled. We start in the Free State, where MEC for Finance Moses Makume tabled the province's 2025-26 financial year budget. This is a province that is battling a number of service delivery challenges, high debt levels, as well as municipalities in distress. Makgala Masiteng, SABC News reporter, has been tracking the story for us and joins us live now. Makgala, good afternoon to you and thank you so much for your time. There's a particular focus on service delivery in that province, but before we get into that, what did the MEC say about the issue of debt in the province? Is that going to be addressed?
Well, Bongiwe, thank you very much. Yes, MEC Moses Makume did talk to what has been happening, especially in terms of various municipalities in the province, as we have been indicating throughout the day that many municipalities are owing your water boards, your ESCOM, and in fact that their debt in the province is over 27 billion rand. So he did address, of course, because there were about 10 municipalities that were placed under National Treasury's ESCOM debt review program, and the aim there was to assist them to be able to service, of course, your the old debt, as well as being able to still service the current accounts. So he did indicate that those municipalities that have defaulted include some of the municipalities that in about over 2 months ago, we saw the Minister of Electricity, coming to the Free State because there were 4 municipalities that were facing the switch off of electricity in those municipalities. So he did indicate that those are the municipalities that had defaulted, especially in terms of paying the current account, but they are still, of course, being assisted in terms of paying or servicing the old debt in those municipalities. But he did indicate, of course, that obviously the National Treasury was not happy with the fact that they defaulted, but they are addressing that matter. We will, of course, follow up and see what will then happen this time around, since they were provided with some kind of a solution or some kind of a way out, but some of them have already defaulted. So we'll continue to monitor and see what will happen, of course, in terms of consequence management, and of course how your Department of Treasury, the Department of COGTA, as well as SALGA, how are they going to assist, because they did indicate that those entities that I've indicated will then enter and intervene in those municipalities. But also, Bongiwe, the issue that came forth was the issue of a lot of money going into paying salaries here in the province. A concern, of course, for the province, that the money that is supposed to at least be diverted into your service delivery, we see a lot of money being used to pay salaries. That was a concern as well. He did indicate, MEC Moses Makume, that they will be implementing and putting systems in place to try and assist that. Of course, as he had indicated in the past, the issue of the early retirement still continuing, but they will also have your skills audit and also trying to check who is who in the department in terms of identifying even the fact that whether those positions are needed in those departments in a way of trying to reduce, of course, a lot of money that is going straight into payment of salaries. Of course, the most affected department here, he did indicate, that is your Department of Education, your Department of Health, and also the Department of Roads and Transport is also now starting to also face the same problem of many or a lot of money going into paying salaries. But he did indicate rather that the Office of the Premier will, of course, lead that campaign in terms of ensuring that they are able to check and also reduce a number of employees in all of those departments, Bongiwe. But we've also managed to speak to some of the opposition parties, of course, just to get the reaction from various various political parties, rather, from the Free State legislature, where, among others, the DA did indicate that it is not happy with how the budget has been divided. They indicating that the legislature has been given less money, whereas they are responsible to ensure that they do monitor some of these departments and various municipalities, of course, in terms of oversight, but also they noting even that fact that a lot of money is going into the payment of salaries. We heard from the EFF that was indicating that all they are hearing is just words, but the concern is in terms of implementation, but also their concern is the issue of job creation in the province, which they indicated that is critical, especially in terms of the economic growth. But that's basically what transpired today. Of course, in terms of the budget, the province setting aside an amount of over 48 billion rand, of course, for 2025-2026 financial year. Of course, the department that got the biggest chunk there was the Department of Health, followed by the Department of Education.
All right, Makgala, thank you so much for that update there. That was Makgala Masiteng live for us in the Free State, SABC News reporter tracking the developments around the finance budget that was tabled earlier on.